Hi, my name is Granson, and this is my oral presentation on William Bradford, the author of Plymouth Plantation. William Bradford lived from 1590 to 1657, and after his death he has become one of the most revered Pilgrim Fathers in American history, not only for his leadership within Plymouth Plantation, but his documentation of historical events and his pursuit of religious freedom. He was born in Austerfield, England in 1590, and his grandparents and his parents were all farmers. He was born into a farming family, and his father died when he was 1 year old. His mother remarried very shortly after that, and he was raised by his grandparents and different aunts and uncles that lived within the area. He went to grammar school and was growing up and learning the ways of farming before he was introduced to the Bible at the age of 12 to 13. He became really absorbed in the preachings of Richard Clifton, who was an Anglican preacher in England who believed the Church of England needed purification and reformation, which at the time in England was a big no-no and was considered treason. He joined Clifton's separatist congregation and began getting more involved in meeting the same sort of group of people secretly in England until they got to the point where they were so vocal and so against what the Church of England was doing, they left and fled to the Netherlands in 1609, and that's when the term pilgrim comes in. William Bradford refers to the congregation as pilgrims, and that's what he calls them throughout the entire journey, throughout his life, from the Mayflower all the way to Plymouth Plantation. He was very dedicated to the congregation. He did anything and anything he could to do for them. He had land in England, and he sold it to build a church in the Netherlands so that they could practice. And he got a job in the Netherlands, and also gave all that money to the church. He married Dorothy May in 1611 and had one son. They abandoned that son right before they boarded the Mayflower for the voyage, and they arrived in Cape Cod in 1620 after 65 days. After they arrived, Dorothy May either jumped off or fell off, but somehow went overboard on the Mayflower and drowned. And so William, newly single, had just lost all of his family right before he gets to a strange place he has never been, with people that are considered trees who are not welcome home, essentially. He arrived there, signed along with 40 others the Mayflower Compact, and essentially started the government at Plymouth. He was elected governor 1 year after signing the Mayflower Compact. He also, another one of his big things, of course, was a Plymouth Plantation. It was written over a 20-year period. The first 10 chapters were written in 1630, and people in the area knew of its existence, but it wasn't officially published or distributed. It was just a manuscript. A lot of other historians in the area used it and went by it because William Bradford, that is, made it to where it was just accurately describing the events that happened in Plymouth. Of Plymouth Plantation was lost during the American Revolution, but eventually it was found in the library of the Bishop of London, so it made its way back over to England, and it was negotiated and dealt with by many other people, including Queen Victoria, and was brought back to the United States in 1897. But it was published in its entirety in 1856, thanks to Charles Dean. It was placed in the State House in Massachusetts and is considered one of the most valuable American historical documents. And that's also a big reason why William Bradford is held in such high regard. He died in 1657 in his own household, and he is the not the most important pilgrim, but one of the biggest religious revolutionary leaders and biggest Reformation leaders of his time.